ain't afraid of no ghosts. Tank Davis is going to exercise Frank Martin in 8 rounds. But before we get into that, remember,
greatness can come from anywhere.
I draw inspiration from the Filipino people and to God and my family. Hard work is the most difficult things in boxing.
Let's get into it. Frank the Ghost Martin stepping up. Shout out to Errol Spence for getting a huge fight for his fighter. Shakur Stevenson wanted that fight. Couldn't get it. Frank Martin got it. So now the Ghost is going to have to haunt Tank Davis. Or will it be Tank Davis that haunts the Ghost? Tank Davis may turn into the poltergeist in this fight and torture Frank Martin, y'all. Frank Martin's a southpaw. Got speed, quickness, strength, savvy. Also the taller competitor between the two, but that don't mean nothing. Tank done chopped down many trees, just like Manny Pacquiao. Shout out to the legend.
Greatness.
And they used to say back in the day, if you talk that ish, make sure you can back it up. You know what I'm saying? Don't be one of them you got to go run and call somebody. You want to call the police or somebody when somebody get on your ass. No. If you talk that ish, make sure you can back it up. Because when you talk that ish to a wolf, and it's a full moon, and that wolf get on a prowl and start hunting and start haunting that ass, what you gonna do? Frank Martin, he in the woods. And Tank Davis, he will be hunting. He will be haunting. And June 15th, it is a full moon, baby. And Tank is gonna be on the prowl. What y'all gonna do? I'm talking about the team, Derrick James. What you gonna do? That game plan better be solid. You know what I'm saying? It better be solid. Frank Martin says, you know what? If Tank come in there acting up, he will run into something and he might get knocked out. He might get stopped. Let me tell y'all something, man. Frank Martin got a lot of fans believing that he will upset Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence himself, his promoter. And this is like his promotional debut. He said that his fighter, Frank the Ghost Martin, is going to go in there and get the job done. He's going to take out Gervonta Tank Davis. He's going to be the #1 pound-for-pound dude at 135. This is what Errol Spencer said. And I've been reading the comments from video to video, some of my own videos. And some people really believe that Frank is going to go in there and upset Tank. Is this because they want Tank to lose? Because, you know, as you start to climb that proverbial ladder of greatness, people want to see you lose. They want to see you fall. They did it with Ali. They did it with Tyson. They did it with Mayweather.
Greatness.
Or a former protege of Floyd Mayweather. Now they want to see Tank fall. But Tank is special. Tank got power. Tank got IQ. Tank is hungry. Tank got a chip on his shoulder. Tank is repping his city, his family, his team. Let me tell y'all something, man. It will be an easy fight for Frank Martin, baby. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's a good fight. Super explosive. High definition, high voltage. You know what I'm saying? I hope it sends shockwaves through the boxing world, man. I hope it's that type of fight. You know what I'm saying? Just like Terrence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence shook up the game. It shook up the names of the game. You know what I'm saying? The pound-for-pound rankings, the whole 9. Guess what? I hope Tank Davis does the same thing when he steps into that ring June 15th with Frank the Ghost Martin. I hope these dudes send shockwaves through the game. Everybody in their seats and in that stadium or arena electrified from what they see. That's what type of fight I hope it is. Talk, make you stand up, smash that like button, subscribe, support your boy. Let me tell y'all something, man. Tank Davis, Frank Martin. This should be a phenomenal fight. Yeah, we're always talking about Tank ain't never really stepping in and fight a black fighter who's slick. You know what I'm saying? He got some skills, some game, some power, some speed, some IQ. But guess what? He's stepping up to the plate. Will it be a home run? We shall see. Shall it go 12 innings? Shall it go to the 12th round before somebody go down? Or will Tank Davis do what he said he will do and stop him in 8? If he don't stop him in 8, it don't mean he ain't great. Let me tell y'all something, because the people that's doubting on Tank, man, you know, they love to hate. Got your boy out here rhyming like Ali. Talk like stand up as your boy. Tank Davis, this will be a great fight. Tank Davis, he got my support, but I like Frank Martin. You already know I rock with Errol. Even though I had to be 100 and keep it 100 every time that I spoke about him and Terrence Bud Crawford, he got his ass whooped. He got checked. You know what I'm saying? As they say, checks and balances, baby. You know what I'm saying? He got humbled. He got humbled. And Frank Martin is looking to humble Tank Davis. Is Frank Martin that guy? Tank went on record and said he was on $1 million over the game. He said, you ain't that guy. You ain't him. You know what I'm saying? You grew up in this, that, and the third. Look, I don't care where you grew up. I don't care where you're from. Because you can grow up in the trenches and be a king, or you can grow up in the trenches and be something else. You dig what I'm saying? It's all about you, how you define yourself and how you walk your path. And the path that Tank Davis has walked has led him to this point in his life and also his career. The same thing for Frank Martin. It doesn't matter where he grew up. The path that he is on right now has led him to this point, and right now he's facing one of the pound for pound best fighters in the sport of boxing on the face of the earth. On the face of the earth. So just like when Bud beat Spence, guess what? Bud that guy now. But Terrence Crawford was that guy before he fought Errol. Pound for pound, always, you know what I'm saying, on that list, in that conversation. But when he beat Errol Spence, that kind of solidified it. You know what I mean? With Tank Davis, it's kind of like up and down. He knocks off Frank Martin and fights Shakur Stevenson next. And beats Shakur Stevenson. Now, you got to put Tank in that pound for pound conversation. Now you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because he knocked off Frank Martin, which is a threat. Tank said it himself. He can upset me. Yes, he can. It's sport of boxing, baby. This is life. You walk in that ring, you step in there with somebody who's hungry enough on the night, man, they can pull it off. They can get the job done. Stranger things has happened. But if he goes in there and beats a Shakur Stevenson and then gives Devin Haney a shot and beats Devin Haney, come on, man. Tank Davis will be pound for pound, but everybody don't go out undefeated. And it doesn't matter if you get a loss or two or three. Look at Manny Pacquiao. A loss does not define how you come back after you get knocked down, after you get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? After you receive those losses or multiple losses, how you bounce back and how you leave the game. That's how people will remember you. So how will people remember Tank Davis? How will people remember Frank Martin on June 15th? We shall see. Somebody has to go. Somebody may get slept. Somebody may get stopped. But guess what? We're not going to know until after the fight. Who y'all got? Put it down in the comments. Talk Nation Stand Up as your boy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You already know how I play. Share the truth. Talk Nation. We rising like high blood pressure. I'm out.
I don't even know what to say, bro. Fatality.